questions and I don't know who to ask. I run behind my trailer and duck into my old shack. It's there I can ask anything and never feel dumb. Even if I have no clue, I know the answer soon will come. It's Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll talk about our history, TV, fashion, sports, or cancer. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. 'Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. Everybody join me in the chorus! It's Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll ask about our history, TV, fashion, sports, or cancer. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. 'Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. Miss Richfield's Trivia Shack, I wish it lasted all night long. Hi, everyone. It's me and Lewis. Oh, my little guy. Welcome to Trivia Shack, back to school edition. That's right. Oh, we're getting and look what else I've got. Mommy's Wiener. Mommy's Wiener is here, too. So as long as I got Mommy's Wiener, we're going to have Lewis with us tonight. And anyway, I'm so tickled you all came to join us. And I believe, let me check my notes. We're on Trivia Shack 5, and you can see Mr. Lewis is just right here with me. He's sitting on the table, joining us. And anyway, and I am all decked out for school in my workout gear, ready for Phi Ed class. Look at me. Hello, hello. You got it. And got my little hoodie on, ready for the fall because it's getting cool. I'm still in P-Town. And it's actually kind of getting chilly at night here. And anyway, so it's kind of a fun time. I like the fall, and I like getting back to things. And even though it's still a crazy time with the chlamydia 19. Oh, geez. Lewis just dove into Anyway, Lewis is here. So I'm going to have to excuse myself in a minute. But first, I want to say hi to all of my wonderful guests that I have joining me today. I've got some handsome men. I've got Lewis going to. Okay, you all talk amongst yourself. I got to get Lewis. Hang on.
Lewis is okay.
Hello, Bantams.
What did Lewis knock over, though?
Hang on. I got to get back. There we go. Woo. All right, I'm back. Lewis decided to get into something he wasn't supposed to get into. Isn't he handsome, though? He's so handsome, really. You can't get mad at him. I mean, you just can't get mad at him. You just can't. So anyway, of course, he waits until we get on the air, and then he dives into something he's not supposed to be into, So I want to say hi to all my friends, and I have a beautiful group of people here. And I'm going to start out in the corner, in the far corner, where I see Jennifer. Hello, darling. And Jennifer, you look like you've got some friends, some fine feathered friends with you today.
I do.
I know you're calling us from St. Cloud, Minnesota. Yes. Not far from my home.
Not far at all. And I've got my fancy new sweater on for back to school because it is fall. So I'm all warmed up.
We're so ready to go, you and I. And look I wanted to call on you first because you got the birds all out and ready to go. And do they stay? Will they stay for the whole thing, or are they?
They might. They'll wander around. They're wearing their diapers, so they are ready to go wander around the house. They get a couple hours every night.
That. I wonder if I could get a diaper for Lewis. Then he wouldn't have to use the litter box.
You're right.
Now, do you have like wieners, chicken wieners for them?
Oh, their favorite food is chili cheese Fritos, and we actually have some. So if you guys want to see them going crazy over a Frito, we can do that.
Oh, we so are going to do that. We don't want to do it right now because we don't want the show to peak early. Okay, we want to reserve that. We got a few surprises actually tonight, and our friend Jennifer is just one of them. We also have a couple of very handsome gentlemen, Joe and Anthony, and they're calling us from New Jersey.
Yes, Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hoboken, land of, if I'm not mistaken, land of that crazy baker who's on TV. I don't know if he's still
there. Yes, Cake Boss.
Because Cake Boss, I was on there 2 times. I was on twice. in 2009 and 2014.
I think I remember that.
The Christmas special in 2009 and 2014. I was at a New York City Pride. In there, and what an interesting place, New Jersey. I'd never been to New Jersey.
Oh. It's fun. It's kind of like New York City. It's like a diet in New York City.
Right.
New York City.
New York City only had 10% of the wealth.
Right.
It was New Jersey. Right. Exactly.
Right.
And
Hoboken
then
looks like a pump, feels like a sneaker. Exactly.
That's right. Add a little criminal element. I mean, my gosh, it's the same place as New York, really.
It's home.
We'll chat with you a little bit more about how things are going in New Jersey, because I know you guys are still, like the rest of us, in crazy times where we're all trying to get into this new fall season and figure out what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And that's really challenging. And so, and I want to move not far from you over to Philly, where my friend Peter is from Philly. That's not too far from New Jersey, is it?
Not at all. Right across the bridge.
Not at all. It's actually quite close, if I'm not mistaken. And now,
South
Peter,
Jersey.
Are you from South Jersey?
No, I'm from the Midwest, but I'm here in Philadelphia, and my husband and I are truly back to school. We both teach at the same school in Philadelphia.
Oh, wonderful. And are you able to go back to school?
Well, we did for 5 days.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're back.
Somebody comes down with the chlamydia 19 and it's all over.
Well, right.
I know. The chlamydia is so much catchier now than it was when we were kids. Well, thank you so much. Don't go far. Guys, I want to say hi to Kate and Conrad. And Kate and Conrad, it's funny. You almost look like you. It's funny. Kate almost looks like she could be Conrad. And Conrad almost looks like it could be Kate if you squinted. There we go.
Say that happens when you're together long enough.
Yeah, you start to look. And somebody's. Oh, do you have a kitty friend?
We have two, and
this is LB. He does not want to be helped
he doesn't want to be there right now. Let us put him down.
Oh, and that's LB, and then this is Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Hi, LB. He's waving hi. Hi, LB.
Hi, Lewis.
Hello.
We have Woody, our tiger cat, who's about to come into the shop for one quick second, just to say hi to Lewis.
You need to get wieners.
You
Conrad, do you not have a wiener, sweetie? You should get a wiener because that cat would be. Oh, I missed him. I looked down for 2 seconds. Did he look like Lewis?
Yes,
but
yes.
Smaller.
Okay.
But much tinier.
They're so much fun, aren't they? Now, and I see Conrad's wearing headphones.
Mine are hidden there.
Oh, yours are hidden away. I was gonna say, I thought maybe you were just reading lips or something. You didn't need the headphones. They're like, I don't need it. I'm a woman. I can do it all. I don't need
woman's intuition. Yes,
exactly. And speaking of women, we have Daniel joining us too from New York City. Hi, Daniel. And Daniel is a very special friend of mine because he is an artist that was in P-Town with me for several years. In fact, even playing the art house. I used to play the art house back in the day. And oh my gosh, we have a lot of fun memories. Where are you living now, Daniel?
Right now, I'm actually in Astoria in New York City, where it's still very much summer.
Yeah.
It's still very humid today. I wish it was like the fall and cooler.
Oh, I know. And actually, it's really still humid in P-Town, too. It's and in the humidity, the Cape is the only place I know where it can be like 75 degrees and you're just sweltering. It's so hot. Because of the humidity, but I'm so glad you're safe and sound in Astoria because I heard from another friend in Astoria that it's happening there. People are out and about, and I'm so glad to hear that. And I know we're going to hear a little bit more from you musically perhaps tonight too. But before we do any of that, I want to bring on Chris, who is with us each week. And Chris has been super busy during this election season because he's running for office. He's actually had to take a couple Mondays off from bingo because it's been busy campaigning and in debates and all sorts of different things. How is your election?
It's going so well, and most importantly, I'm excited you got the memo about wearing gray and having our Sanka mugs. Because I was worried you might not have got it, because I know you've been very busy too. So
unbelievably busy. It's been so busy, and I've been doing live shows in the parking lot at the Pilgrim House,
which I've heard amazing things about. People are asking me, can I get tickets? And I say, no, I don't have that kind of pull. I have no ability. I have no connections.
And sadly,
sold out.
I don't either. Sadly, they contact me, all my friends who see me every year, and they can't see me because there's so few people, because we're being safe up here. We're being really careful. We're wearing our masks and we're social distancing. We're still doing all of that. And even with all of that, there's still a couple hot spots in the state, in our state where even though we're being really, really careful. So, but we're still I can only sell 46 tickets. I usually sell 180, but I can only sell 46.
And all 46 are sold out. And I'm happy to hear there's nothing you can do to get a ticket, because I felt bad because I kept begging for tickets and got nowhere.
I don't think they'd let me in. I mean, if they could do it without me, I think we'd sell the extra ticket. You know what I'm saying?
Matt would definitely do that.
I would like that.
I'm so excited. I love trivia, so I'm so happy that we're here. And I just want to remind you. We
haven't been here for a while.
It's been so long. I'm so happy we're here. So everyone, you should play along on the website. You can do that at triviashack.live. Now, if you're an overachiever and you showed up early and you're playing some of the practice rounds, go back to triviashack.live and start over, because you don't want to miss any of the rounds. So when we play, which will start soon, what's really important to know is as soon as we start a round, my dogs, you hear my dogs, right? They're happy Lewis is in the picture. They wonder why they're not.
No, and Lewis is right here. Oh, there he is. Here he is right here. There he is. There's Lewis. He's so cute. So your puppies, we never get to see them.
Yes, thankfully so.
Fortunately, you can hear them. You never have them on the screen.
I know. Maybe today. You never know. So just a reminder that this is about speed. So once we start a round, you only have 60 seconds, and you get points for going faster. So you don't get points for going to Google and looking up the right answer, because it's all about being fast. A couple other really important things. One, we have a leaderboard, because the top 3 win these also equally high demand masks, which are so hot.
Get mine.
They're so hot. They're so in style. Again, I've also asked for a mask. Apparently, I don't have the pull to get one. So I may or may not play trivia tonight in hopes of winning a mask. And so definitely play along. Top 3, they get those. And then last but not least, certainly important, we do this each week because we love it. We love having everyone here. And it's all done for your support. So you can tip us by clicking an amount on the screen, by sending Venmo to Richfield Tips. Whatever way you can support us, it really means a lot to us. It makes all of this possible, and we love that. So don't forget, head over to triviashack.live, and last but not least, take a photo so we know who's here playing with us.
And then we're going to look at the photos a little bit later.
That's right.
Because they get to, and then they can like the photos, right?
They can like the ones they love best.
And there's some good photos. I mean, every time.
There's a puppy in the lead, which I'm in favor of. I'm supporting that.
Now we are going to start. We have 4 rounds. And I think you probably already said that, but I've been running around between Lewis, your dogs, the fact that I forgot them. I mean, it's a lot. It's been so long since I've done this, I had to make a list. Usually I don't have to make a list. But tonight I want to remind you, we're going to start with music, okay? We're starting with music trivia for back to school, which means that we're starting the clock right now. And so I want to go back and talk while you are answering the questions. I'm going to talk to my friend Jennifer for just a moment again, because we started out with you, and I think we should come back to you and visit a little bit. And I know you've got all of that going on behind you. What type of work do you do? Are those books, or what do you have behind you?
Cardboard. They're for show.
Oh, it's just for show.
Yeah.
And then you also have a lot of pets, not just the chickens, right? What other pets do you have?
We have dogs and pigeons and ferrets and rats, along with the chickens.
And how does everybody stay? Doesn't everybody want to eat everybody else? That just sounds like it would be lunch for somebody else in the household. Are you in a house, hopefully, or a little hobby farm, or what do you have?
No, we're in a little tiny house in the city of St. Cloud, and they don't let us have chickens outside, so we have to have our chickens inside.
So you have 2 chickens.
Yes.
And how many ferrets?
We have 3 ferrets right now, and they have to come out on a different schedule than the chickens because, those are natural enemies. And our dogs can handle the chickens, but they can't handle the ferrets, so they can't be around at the same time.
And how many dogs?
2 dogs.
Oh. Our time's up, but we have to find out how many dogs?
2.
2 dogs, and then how many cats?
No cats. We're horribly allergic. Otherwise, we'd be crazy cat people.
Oh my God! Did you hear that, Lewis?
I know. I love Lewis.
Lewis. He took
a
his
pet.
finger and he knocked it on the floor. So we got to put that back up here. So that's a lot of pets.
It's a lot of pets, and we have a little tiny house. It's like 1,300 square feet, maybe.
Oh, wow, that was like the house I grew up in was teeny tiny in our family. We all make you get along. You got to get along. You can't run away and go hide in the house. There's no place to hide.
That's exactly right. Got to get along.
So I want you to start us out, if you could. Now, do you like music? Are you a music person?
Music is my jam.
You love music.
I used to be a radio announcer. I still do voiceover work. Music is my thing.
And have you always been in St. Cloud, Minnesota?
No. I come from the Twin Cities. I'm a city folk around here, unfortunately.
Where in the cities?
Everywhere.
Okay.
I've literally lived in 14 different areas in Minneapolis.
But where were you raised? Where was home?
Minnetonka for the first part, and then we moved out to Buffalo for a while. So I graduated from Buffalo High School. Yeah.
Buffalo's fabulous.
Not New York.
Here's a question then for back to school. Okay. See how you do with this. Okay, who was hot for teacher? Was it Alice Cooper, Van Halen, Pink Floyd, or Motley Crue?
It was Van Halen, and it was specifically David Lee Roth.
What is that?
David Lee Roth Van Halen.
Oh my gosh, let me see if that is correct. Van Halen. Hot for Teacher was a hit for Van Halen, as you mentioned. But did you know this? That the Parents Music Resource Center, do you remember that?
Tipper Gore. I'm old.
They protested that song. Unlike you, who probably loved that song, they did not love it so much because it was sexually suggestive in its lyrics and music video. And each of the other themed artists also had music-themed hits, school-themed hits. Alice Cooper, do you know what Alice Cooper had?
School's Out for the Summer.
Pink Floyd had...
Oh, okay, I'm drawing a blank.
Another...
Brick in the Wall, of course.
Yes. With the opening lyrics, we don't need no
education.
We don't need... Yes. And Motley Crue had...
Smoking in the Boys' Room.
Yeah, very good. Oh my gosh. Very nice. Look, we're already past our first page. So thank you so much. Don't go far. We're going to come back. We got to see more of those animals. I want to go to Joe and Anthony because I've got a question that I think would be perfect for you two.
Excellent.
Are you ready for this? Are you boys ready for this? What do you do for work, you two?
We both work at universities.
Oh, we got a lot of university folks here tonight because Peter also works at a university. So what do you do at a university? Are you teachers?
No, I'm the director of student affairs. So I'm in charge of pretty much anything that has to involve the students outside of the classroom.
Students and affairs. That sounds fun. All right. Well, and then the other one. What are you, a custodian, or what's going on with you?
On the weekends, but during the week, I am actually in charge of the conduct office. So I'm who you come talk to when you get in trouble. Yes.
Oh dear. Well, you're gonna love this one. What music video featured Gwen Stefani as a cheerleader? Was it Hollaback Girl? Was it Mickey? Was it You Belong to Me? Or was it Smells Like Teen Spirit?
It's Hollaback Girl.
Or D, what was it?
Hollaback Girl.
The 2005 music video for Hollaback Girl featured Gwen as a cheerleader, as you just remembered. And did you know what a Hollaback Girl is? I didn't remember this.
I don't. I didn't remember. What is
my manager writes these up, and so It's always fun for me to read these because he always digs up some interesting things. I didn't remember what Hollaback Girl was. Do you?
No.
I didn't either. It's urban slang for a girl who is all talk and no walk.
Really?
I have no time for a Hollaback Girl then.
Anyway, so watching trivia tonight is not only fun, but it's also educational. All the other songs also feature cheerleaders in their music videos, right? So do you remember Tony Basil was in? Do you remember this?
You're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Taylor Swift was a cheerleader in. I didn't know this one. I don't follow Taylor Swift at all.
No idea.
Let's not even say it. And Nirvana. It's "You Belong to Me."
That was like Teen Spirit. Yeah, I do remember the cheerleaders.
Yeah, and smells like Teen Spirit. Featured rebellious cheerleaders at a high school rally. Oh, not that. All right, don't go far. Peter, come back because I want you to answer this next question. Since we're talking to university people, I thought let's just stay in our university theme, if we will. Which female superstar started out as a music teacher? Was it Mariah Carey, Joan Crawford, Cheryl Crow, or Miss Richfield 1981? Those are the choices: A, B, C, or D.
Wow. Well, I think I have to say Miss Richfield 1981.
That is such a great guess. And you know what? That's almost true, but it's actually Cheryl Crow. Cheryl Crow, I know she's a music. Can you believe that? I did not know this. Again,
I didn't either.
That's what I love about trivia. I'm always learning something because I did not know this. Cheryl Crow's first job after graduating from college, which I think in and of itself is amazing that these people go to school, right? She was an elementary school teacher outside of St. Louis. I mean, how would you love to be able to say that you had Cheryl Crow as a teacher outside of St. Louis for elementary school? Teachers today gave her the opportunity to sing in bands on the weekends. Her first job as a singer was back to school jingle for the St. Louis department store famous bar.
I'm from outside of St. Louis. How did I not know that? She's no Miss Richfield.
No. Well, she's also not in Richfield, so fortunately. But now, tell me how you got into education. Did you? Are you a teacher? Is that what you're doing in education?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful. What do you teach, Peter?
Musical theater.
Fabulous.
And I just failed the Cheryl Crow test.
And I teach by example. I don't. I just teach music just by being out there. And you know what they make us do now? Speaking of music, they make us be 25 feet away from the audience. And you in theater would be able to tell how far that is. It's a long ways from the audience. That's the front row. That's as close as we can get in P-Town while we're singing, because singing makes you project so much. And are you teaching people to sing or play instruments or both?
Acting in musical theater. We're actually having no live singing on campus this semester.
Oh, that is so isn't that painful when you love music? Yes. I know. And hopefully no one will pass this along to Cheryl Crow that you did not know the answer to that. I mean, I hope your students aren't watching.
I do too.
How long have you taught?
I've been there since 2007.
Oh my word. That's when I bought my pantyhose. Isn't that something? So anyway, don't go far. I need to bring Chris back in because Chris is the glue that holds this crazy thing together. Without Chris, and we're both wearing our gray sweatshirts, our workout clothes. And I know we've got something really special planned. We're doing, 3 more rounds of, I almost said bingo. I've got bingo on the brain, of trivia. I don't think we're doing bingo today, but we're doing 3 more rounds of trivia. But we're also giving people a chance to donate to us and tip us and thank us for all of our hard work. And there's 5 of us that put this together. So if you could do that, let us remind them how to do that.
Yeah. So right on the top of the screen, they can tip. They don't have to leave. They can stay right here, watch the video, watch everything while they're doing it. They can also Venmo Richfield Tips. You may not be aware of this, Miss Richfield, but we have a special performance that I had a chance to hear a little bit of before that I'm hoping we can make happen by Daniel, who I know you know.
Oh, yay!
So I'm very excited
all
about
these talented people. We've got, Peter, who teaches music, and we've got those other people, and then we've got our friend Jennifer, who's got the roosters and the chickens and everything.
And the Fritos. I heard something about Fritos, and I got excited. And
there's talented people on this broadcast.
Speaking of talented people, we have some talented people that are doing really well on our leaderboard.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Who's that?
Yeah, so our top 3 so far, it's Tammy from New York. We have
New Yorkers.
Yeah, of course. We have Christy.
They're quick. There's not time in New York. You just go. You have to go. You have to
got
get on it.
We've got Christopher from Revere, and we've got Wendy, who's been
Revere. That's close to Boston. Revere is right near Boston.
I love it. And then we have Wendy, who's been in the top 3 before. It's good to have Wendy back in the top 3 again. And not far behind, I have to have a shout out to Barbara, who's from Oakland Park, who is always showing up on our leaderboard.
Too. Wendy and Barbara are both regulars.
They're regulars, and we love our regulars. We greatly appreciate it, and we always appreciate you both being here and providing support by tipping or doing whatever you can. Because I'm very excited about Daniel appearing.
Oh, I know. And we've always of late, because all of us as performers are very limited. Like I said, I'm performing, but very small crowds. And so we're all struggling along. And so we will also give some of our tip money to Daniel as well. So so do think about that as you tip too, that we're going to share that a little bit with Daniel. And we're just reaching out. And if you're in a situation where you can't tip, of course, it's just, tip what you can. So now we're going to start our next round, which is history. And are you all fired up for that? If I hit the button here?
Let's do it.
Let's do this now. And why don't we talk to Daniel for just a moment, if we could? Because Daniel, look at you all ready to go, sort of just casually sitting lovely. I love you in sleeveless. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I miss you in P-Town. And I know that you're not always playing together, that you all have solo careers. But you're continuing to play on a regular basis, I hope, are you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm playing around the house a lot. But no, I've done a few things. But I'm actually currently working on putting together a solo cabaret show. So many people are.
Where can I come and see you?
There are no official set dates. This is still very larval. It's still being developed. So I think we're gonna start doing something this fall to really kind of workshop something and get it together. And then.
And do you think you'll do it in New York? Will you travel with it?
Probably New York. Hopefully, be able to do it more next year. Hopefully venues open up more, and we're all performing. But or maybe something like
my holiday show. I think we're going to record my holiday show and show it online, because even as late as December. We're out of time, but I do want to say that that you're not alone in that the theaters just aren't opening up for a while. And I know in New York, even Broadway is all closed up tight for quite a while. They don't think that's going to be till next spring or something, right?
That's what I heard too. Spring of next year. I think they're selling tickets for spring, so I think that's very hopeful. But
they are.
I think
stuff
so.
is on sale.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, so some of the big theaters are selling. Oh, I'm so glad, because I was have so many friends who are just, like us. They're struggling to just kind of keep, and a lot of people don't remember that a lot of us have to buy our own health insurance.
I mean,
hello, I have to have health insurance. It's expensive to be an artist, even though you try to get by as cheap as you can. Health insurance is health insurance. They don't care who you are. And I know a lot of my friends who get their health insurance being artists are really struggling just to be able to maintain their benefits. So so we want to support. And the minute stuff goes on sale, and Dan, you have to promise us that you'll let us know when you set a date, even if it's questionable, and you might not, even though it may not happen, let us know so we can advertise it and tell people because people get to know you now. They want to follow you.
Absolutely.
So we're talking about history and back to school. Where were you born and raised? Where'd you go to school?
I was born and raised actually in South Jersey, which I know that we thought Peter was from, but he's from Philly. So South Jersey is where I grew up.
It just gets classier and classier. I'm telling you. So here is the question. The first question, and it goes out to our artist friend, Daniel. Where in Colorado did a high school massacre happen in 1999? Was it A, Blacksburg, B, Sandy Hook, C, Columbine, or D, Parkland? Which was it?
That was C, Columbine.
Yes, it was. Sadly, on April 20th. My birthday's April 24th. I remember that so clearly. 1999, high school seniors, who I won't say their names because I don't believe in giving them credit for anything as bad as this. They murdered 12 students and 1 teacher. Do you remember that? In what is considered to be the first mass shooting that became an epidemic in the last 20 years. Each of the other cities, though, were also scenes of school shootings. And I didn't know that either. But Virginia Tech is in Blacksburg. That was 2007. Of course, Sandy Hook, sadly, in 2012 in Connecticut, and Stoneman Douglas High School, most recently 2018. And so it's crazy, though, when you think about that, isn't it? Like, we never thought like that, never. What year did you graduate from high school?
I actually graduated in 2000.
Egads, you're kidding me.
Yes, just after.
It is 2020, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I forget. I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, 1999. That was 10 years ago. So anyway, but no, I am creative types. So don't go anywhere. I got to talk to Conrad and Kate before they get mad and leave. They're from Troy, New York. I don't even know. Where is Troy, New York?
Minutes north of Albany.
It's in the capital region.
Oh, Albany. I know. I have friends in Albany. I've never been there. You know where I perform on a kind of regular basis every year? In Rochester.
Oh, okay.
Where?
In Rochester, New York. Bring me in. And what a nice city that is. How far is that from you?
It's 4 hours. I went to Geneseo, and my sister actually lives in Rochester. So,
next time I'm there, I'm supposed to be there in February.
Okay.
And we got our fingers crossed. You know what I'm saying? We got Eric and his lovely wife, Thurston, are in charge of that. And so we're all hoping that we can do that. And now you're in Troy. And what type of work do you do? Anything relating to school?
I work for a theater rigging company, so we do like a lot of fly systems, sound systems, all that stuff, and we do a lot of schools. So yeah,
something. Everyone has something to do with schools or education, and so that's wonderful. And then what about you, Kate?
I've been doing a lot of, I'm a little between jobs-ish, yes, but I've been doing a lot of artwork, inclling the painting behind us.
Let's see. You did that painting?
It's It's of a fountain in Saratoga Springs, which is where I'm from, just a little north of here as well.
And Saratoga Springs is where? What state?
Also in New York. It's like a...
Sounds like it should be in Florida.
There is one in Florida, but they're not as
popular.
Not as much Revolutionary War history.
Yeah.
No, not even close. No. So what about that painting? It's beautiful. And how'd you do the painting? Not to belabor the point, we got to get on with the questions. But I love art. Did you paint it? Or did you draw it? Or how'd you do that?
Yeah, no, it's oil paint. I did it in at Geneseo, like I said, and my senior year, I was a studio art major there.
Oh my word! Yeah. Wow. I hope that you can answer this question. It's a very difficult question, and I didn't even realize I probably shouldn't have asked you this question, but I'm going to ask you anyway, okay?
I'm much better at music than history, but okay.
I know. This is history, okay? This is history, so think history, okay? So when did duck and cover drills take place? Now, this is my manager. Bear in mind, I have a manager who's sort of, I don't want to say an old Jew, but he's an old Jew. And so bear in mind that he wrote this, okay? So when did duck and cover drills take place in school? Was it A, the Civil War, B, World War I, C, the Cold War, or D, the Iraq War?
I thought you were going to ask what decade, which
I'm
is
going
50s.
with the Cold
I'm
War.
going with Cold War.
Cold War.
Going with
please. Yes.
You are correct, and you're right. In the 1950s and 1960s, way before me, schools would conduct drills where students had to duck and cover. They would go under their desks. And really, you know what it was about? It was about, because now we think about the violence. It was really about what? Do you remember what those were about?
The
Giving
bomb,
a
the
sense of
nuclear bomb.
calm. Don't worry, those lead-lined desks will save you.
Core? What were they?
Like the atom bomb.
I mean, I suppose if the bomb went off very far away and chunks of steel start falling.
Exactly. The first thing that you're going to do, get under your desk for crying out loud. And then if you're not in school, I'm sure your dining room table would work fine. You know,
it's a great place to get vaporized.
Exactly. Like who's gonna be afraid of an atom bomb when you're under your desk? You're fine. You're fine. Everything will work out fine. Do you have any children?
No.
Just the two.
Thank God. Okay. So anyway, Jennifer, I want to call Jennifer back. Because we're back to Jennifer. Hello, my dear.
Hello, Miss R.
Now you have to promise you get the ferrets or something else because I got to see some of these animals. Oh,
I promised that I'd show you that they really, really, really love chili cheese Fritos. It is literally their favorite food. You can't. You want it? Yeah, you can have it.
Maybe I'm a chicken. I love Fritos. What is and which flavor?
Chili cheese specifically. They're just nuts for it. They go absolutely insane. They don't like vegetables or fruit.
Fritos? They don't do the regular Fritos?
Yeah, they're okay. They like them. You know, they're corn.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought about that.
Here you go,
Corn
baby.
chips.
Here you go.
Yeah, of course. And they're in the house all the time, huh?
They are. Every once in a while, we'll take them out for a walk in a stroller because we are those people.
Right. And they're wearing diapers. So
Yes.
we have to see the diapers too. But before we do that, see if you can answer this question. Who was Helen Keller's teacher? Okay. We're talking about back to school. So we're talking about teachers. Was it Laura Ingalls Wilder, Madame Curie, Anne Sullivan, or Miss Richfield, 1981? A, B, C, or D?
There's no way Miss Richfield would ever have been around that far back. So it must be C, Anne Sullivan.
That is correct, Anne Sullivan. And she was a teacher and lifelong companion of Helen Keller. And if anyone doesn't know this, and I can't imagine you'd be watching this and not know that Helen Keller was completely blind and completely deaf. Can you imagine such things? She couldn't see or hear. And of course, the story, if you ever see The Miracle Worker, amazing, right? But yeah. Anne got married. What I did not know this, but my manager researches all this. And Anne Sullivan, the teacher of Helen Keller, got married, and her husband had to move into the household with both of the women. Did you know this? I did not know this.
Lucky guy.
But I know. Well, it didn't end so well. Within a few years, the marriage disintegrated. And, I just think, that Helen was quite a vixen. You know what I'm saying? So, but in 1962, which is a great year, may I just say, a lot of things were created in 1962. I'll just leave it at that. Anne Bancroft won Best Actress Oscar for playing Anne Sullivan in The Miracle Worker. If you haven't seen that, it's amazing. Patty Duke won Best Supporting Actress for her role as the crazy vixen, Helen Keller. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So anyway, and I got a chance to meet a woman by the name of Helen Hayes when I was in elementary school, and she was completely blind and completely deaf. And I talked to her. They let us talk to her, and we talked through spelling on her hand.
Yeah, I've done that too.
It's fabulous. It was so interesting. That was in Richfield. I know. Oh, yeah, we're way ahead of our time in Richfield. Well, don't go far, okay? Because we do need to bring Chris back because Chris helps keep us moving. And thank you, Chris, for coming back and helping me because I know there's some people that we want to thank tonight who've been so generous.
Yeah, speaking of people that help, it's our trivia boosters that we really need to say a big thank you to. Our Golden Tiara Club are the people that, they show up and they are making this possible. So thank you, Randy from Washington, Mike from Atlanta, Gear. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I'm very sorry if I'm not from Palm
Oh,
State.
no, it's Gear.
Gear, thank you. Of course you would know.
Like you're shifting gears in a car.
I know nothing about that.
He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of some of these people are friends of mine who just, I think, feel obligated, but I'm okay with that.
Well, and we make so many new friends here, like Leslie from Elkridge and Joseph from Sellersville and Jason from Buckeye Lake, which sounds fun. And Michael from Brookline and Mark from Waikola, which I'm not saying right either, but is he also your friend? I know you have friends everywhere in the world.
Well, Mark is going to be coming with our next Atlantis events trip down to Punta Cana. Mark just sent me along with a tip, which we like is what we're thanking people for right now. He sent a tip, and then you can also send me a little message if you do it on Venmo. And he sent me a little message that said, "I'll see you in Punta Cana." So he's coming down there. And then Gear, my friend from Palm Springs, has a beautiful fragrance line. His whole and they sell it. He sells a special fragrance for Frozen, which is this cute little girl's fragrance. But he also has fragrance for men and fragrance for women. And it's he's very talented, and I have lots of talented friends.
I know. Apparently, my lack of talent is why I don't get an invite to Punta Cana, because I would love to be there. That sounds like a ton of fun.
Oh, are you kidding? You should come along. It'll be fun.
I would love it.
Dominican Republic. I have a feeling it's open now. Probably. I think they're like these resort places are like, we'll take anybody.
Anything we can get. Much like. So a couple of other things coming up. By the way, I don't know what bingo number we're on. I feel like we're on however many it is. It's never enough because it's so much fun.
I know.
This Monday. So
I can't remember. I think we're almost to 40, aren't we?
Whatever it is, it's never enough. I can't get enough of it. I was just talking earlier today about how much I look forward to that and all the friends we've made there. So a couple of other quick things. I want to remind everybody you can support us, and you're also supporting Daniel, who I think is going to give us a little performance. I hope so, because I heard earlier and was great. You can do that by clicking any amount on the screen, and we can certainly we appreciate the support. It really helps entertainers and artists who really this is our opportunity. We're so grateful for that. And then I know we've got some fun dancing coming up, but after that we'll take a look at the leaderboard and some of our favorite photos. So that's in a second.
Excellent. You know what? I liked it. Well, at this, and we have a lead. Yes, and we're going to look at the leaderboard after this.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure we get that right, because I like to do a little stretch out at this point, because we're right in the middle, and don't worry, it's not going to take long, because we're going to just do a little stretch, and that's part of the reason I wore my workout outfit. Is there we go. I wore my little workout outfit. So there we go. Hang on. Do you love I love my patio lights out here. And then Lewis is right here. So what we want to do is everybody stand up. So if my live audience is going to stand up, everyone but Daniel. Oh no, Daniel, you can stand up because your thing isn't right away. Everybody stand up, and we're going to stretch out a little bit. We're just going to stretch out because we've been sitting for about a half an hour, and we're going to do a little exercise. And I don't know how many of you remember when you were in school, you used to do this little exercise, okay? And so I am going to hang on a minute. Okay, everyone, we're gonna start out with our head. Now we go head and shoulders, head and shoulders, head and shoulders, head. Now we're gonna add knees, head and shoulders and knees, head and shoulders, and let's do the feet. You ready? Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Head, shoulders, knees. Twice as fast. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Head and shoulders, knees and toes. Opposite. Toes, knees and shoulders, head. Toes and knees, shoulders, head. Stretch it out.
We managed not to bash our heads.
Even Lewis got us. And let me tell you, he does not get up that often. He got up and he saw mommy working out, and he said, I'm going to work out too. Well, that was fabulous. Oh, my word. And doesn't that just get the blood flowing? Oh, there we are. Hi. So, oh, God in heaven. So, I feel better already. But I do know we need to check in with Chris and find out. Now, Chris, do we have any photos we need to look at or anything? Did anyone post them? Because I know sometimes people put photos in.
We have some amazing photos, but first I want to congratulate Mark, showing up from Minnetonka. As you know, Minnetonka has become one of my favorite places. So Mark from Minnetonka is winning on the leaderboard, followed by Wendy from wholesome, and Wendy's here with a whole team of people who are supporting them.
Minnetonka is about this, baby. It's right like this. Fancy place.
I hear the Tonka truck is from there. And then we have Robin from Bloomington, and of course my friends Barbara, and we've got some Steves behind there. So great job. They're, the top 3 win a mask that is very exclusive. And we also have some photos. So some people have been submitting some very fun photos. And I think it's a great opportunity for us. Maybe Joe, can we throw the photos of our top people up on the screen?
Joe, and we have to thank Joe too. He's the one that makes everything look so beautiful. Ooh, look at the Ooh.
I love Gary or Gary's dog. It's a beautiful lab.
I got to get closer to see these. Oh, there's some.
I love how Lewis has no interest in the photos. He has no interest in Gary the dog. Only the wieners, which I can relate to.
I'm interested in the photos though. Look at how many. Look at the beautiful people. Now, who's up in the right corner?
That's so Gary. I think Gary is a black lab. So.
Oh, right, it's a dogger.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make that out. Oh, we got some nice folks. I love that. And you know what? I'm going to give Lewis a little treat while we go on to our next thing, and then the leaderboard covered. So
I want to remind everybody that we are always looking for Smarties and for people to play your trivia or to play our bingo.
Yeah.
So if you want to be in our studio audience, email us at missrichfieldlive@gmail.com. You can be doing head, shoulders, knees, and toes and all kinds of fun things with us, and we'd love to have you. So email us at missrichfieldlive@gmail.com.
Yes. And truly, if you want to be part of the fun, it's really fun to be part of our little group. We have a good time. We chat a little bit before the show starts, and we chat a little bit after the show starts. So you get a little private conversation with us too. So do Miss Richfield Live at Gmail and let us know. Or you can even contact me through my website, whatever you can remember. Contact us though. And I want to go on to our next, it's film is our next series, okay, of questions. And so, Chris, are you ready? Start the clock, Chris. Start the clock. And it's going to be back to school film and TV. Look at Lewis. He can't stand it. And so let me chat just for a moment, if I could, with Peter. Peter, I know that you're in theater, and then your husband is also a teacher, correct? In Philly at Temple, or where are you guys?
Yes, Temple.
Temple. Oh gosh, I love. And you know what? I know where that is because I have some really good friends in Philly, and that is such a good school, isn't it? It's a big school.
Yes, he joined me.
Wait a minute. I see somebody behind there. Hold on a minute. Oh. It looks like it's Mrs. Peter. Fabulous. Wonderful. And then I'm feeding the cats wieners right now. So let me put my wiener away so we can visit. And and then what does the partner teach?
He teaches opera.
Oh dear God, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know they taught that. I thought that was just something you were born with. But you actually can learn that. Is that true? You can actually do you teach the people to sing, or what do you teach? We're out of time, but I still want to know, do you teach the people to sing, or how does that work?
No, I teach them how to act in Italian, French, and German.
See, that's the thing. It's like you have to speak like 14 different languages, right? Because I have a friend that works at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. He just does their newsletters, so it's not a big deal. But still, he has to type hello, And but yeah, and they have to sing. He was telling me about it. They have to know like all these different languages, and how many operas does the average opera singer have to know?
At least a dozen.
And that's like, and do they even know what they're singing about?
That's my job, to sit there and go like, do you know what you're saying?
Right, exactly. That's like Lewis. He knows what he's saying. Well, and now we're going to do TV and film. How are you guys at TV and film? Probably not that good if you're doing opera. But I'm going to ask you the question. You see if you can answer this, okay? Because I feel like you two might be able to answer this. Who was not part of the Breakfast Club? Who was not part of the Breakfast Club? Was it Molly Ringwald? Was it Emilio Estevez? Was it Ali Sheedy or Brian Boitano?
I would say it is Brian Boitano.
That is correct. Do you know who Brian Boitano is? Of course you do. Because you're homos. That's
Yes.
why. Because he was a figure skater, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
But anyway, you know Molly Ringwald, right? And
Yep.
Amelia Estevez and Ali Sheedy. They were a part of the Breakfast Club along with Judd Nelson and who else? Anthony Michael Hall. Remember him? Oh my God. They were all part of the Brat Pack, a group of young actors who were in all these 1980s coming of age movies. But do you know who else? Who else was in the Brat Pack? I bet you can figure this out. Who else?
Molly.
Is it Rob Lowe?
Yes.
No.
Rob Lowe was one of them.
In Breakfast Club?
No.
Oh, the Brat Pack.
Brat Pack.
Yeah, Rob
St.
Lowe.
Elmo's Fire.
Who else?
Mayor Winningham was in St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah, she's not listed. Sorry,
Demi
not
Moore.
listed in my answers. No.
Demi Moore was in
Demi Moore was one.
St.
And then
Elmo's Fire.
Andrew.
McCarthy.
Yes, Andrew McCarthy. Very good. Oh, I'm
He
kind
had
of.
good hair.
I mean, for a bunch of eggheads, that's pretty good. All right, don't go far. We're going to move on to Conrad and Kate. Because I feel like Conrad and Kate in Troy, New York, this might be the perfect question for you. Because you look like people who might watch television. Do you watch TV?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay.
Just
No, you don't
on
watch.
Netflix.
Oh, you're Netflix. Okay. Well, see if you can answer this question. What TV series took place at the Eastland Girls Boarding School? The Eastland Girls Boarding School. Was it The Nanny, The Office, The Facts of Life, or The Sopranos?
Facts of life.
I'm gonna have to just to go by process of elimination and say facts.
The facts of
You
life.
think?
Yes.
That is correct. And that, I didn't realize but that ended in 1988. When were you both born?
Year before that and year after that. But I believe it was
really?
on Nick at Night. I think.
Isn't that is right? And Me TV and all those and Cozy TV. Good God, having someone's flying around me. I know. It's at that point in this, where my house is filthy, I have bugs. Anyway, it ended in 1988. Was the longest running sitcom in NBC's history. I didn't know all of this. It was over 9 seasons. The show had several guest stars who went on to become big celebrities, including George Clooney, who I didn't know that. I remember George Clooney was on the Golden Girls. Did you ever see him on the Golden Girls? He was like about 18. He was so cute. He was just a kid. Helen Hunt and Juliette Lewis. I mean, there's just a lot of people. So anyway, so that was wonderful. Really great for being for only being 1 year old and not even born. That was actually fantastic. So so hang on just a minute. Don't go far because I want to go to Joe and Anthony. And Joe, because they're in New Jersey. And I know one of you runs a trivia night. Is that correct in New Jersey?
We both do. I'm the host. He's the scorekeeper.
Oh, my word. And then where is this? At a tavern or something?
Yeah, we do it at bars around Manhattan and Hoboken.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And what are you doing? Are you running it now or not?
No, right now we're doing it virtual just for some friends and fans. But
it's hard, isn't it? It's hard to do it virtually like we do it. It's a really challenging thing. Which is why there's 5 of us that it takes to do this. So you guys can relate how challenging it is. It's like there's so many little pieces that you don't see behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And Lewis, he's just working for wieners, but everybody else wants to get paid.
That's why we do it.
That about exactly. So now here's the question: who played leads in High School Musical? Who played the leads in High School Musical? Okay, was it A? And I hope I can never pronounce this woman's name. Vanessa Hudgens, right? They say Hudgens, right? And Zac Efron. Miley Cyrus or Justin Timberlake, Meg Ryan or Bruce Springsteen, or Miss Richfield 1981 and Lewis. Who played the leads in High School Musical? A, B, C, or D?
It was A. But I can't wait for the reboot with Miss Richfield and Lewis.
You know what? Everybody's waiting for it. I know. Everyone's waiting for it. The first installment in Disney's High School Musical franchise came out in 2006. Does that not seem, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But I know 2006, you guys. Can you believe that? I mean, I do remember that. And anyway, it made Zac Efron a teen heartthrob. Over the years, of course, Zac became a bona fide movie star as well as a homo heartthrob. Look at that. Gads. Can you believe that? I mean, talk about taking care of yourself. Talk about get to the gym, right?
God bless you. Man.
Anyway, I don't know who this Vanessa woman is, but from what I hear, I think she played. Didn't she play? I think she played Grease live, didn't she?
Yeah, she was Rizzo. She was Rizzo.
Really? Okay. Well, obviously not the career of our friend Zac, who is very successful. All right. So let me go to Chris and let me put my gloves on since I'm done with Wiener Patrol and I can get dressed again and find out how is our leaderboard doing? Who's doing what's happening?
So our friend Mark from Minnetonka, he is a speed reader and a skimmer and super brilliant, apparently, as everyone from Minnetonka is. He's winning. We've got Wendy still from Folsom right behind, and Robin from Bloomington is Minnesota's really representing tonight. I mean,
Bloomington, Minnesota?
Yes.
You know what we call that?
What?
Richfield adjacent. Actually,
wow.
It's to Richfield. It's just over the highway, just a stone's throw if you're a lesbian, because you have to throw over 494.
We don't have that kind of throw.
Yeah, it's a big highway. It's a big highway.
So, it's a good time, by the way, for me to remind everybody that there's a store which has all kinds of amazing goodies that you can get. So everybody should absolutely check out the Miss Richfield store. Can they? Well, while they're in Provincetown, can they still get things in Provincetown?
They can still get it at Cool as a Moose. Cool as a Moose, and it's right in the corner, right in the middle of town on Standish and Commercial. If you're in P-Town and you come in on the ferry and you walk down the pier, you're going to walk right to the store. When you get to Commercial, you look to the right, and the store is right on the corner. Or if you're not in P-Town, and they're going to be open for, I'm sure, through the end of the year. But if you're not in P-Town and you can't visit Esme and my friends at Cool as a Moose, you can go online. Go to my website, missrichfield.com, and go to the store, and it'll take you right there. And you can get masks, you can get T-shirts, bobbleheads,
all kinds of good stuff,
stickers.
So, and this is also, by the way, it's a good time if you are able to give. We absolutely appreciate your support, and we've got something very exciting about to come up. So it's a good time because we have a moment or two before trivia. If you can help out, you can just click on the screen and help Miss Richfield get a new Trapper Keeper. So click any amount on the screen or Venmo Miss Richfield Tips. We appreciate the support.
We do. Thank you so much, Chris. And I want to call on Daniel right now because Daniel is one of our artists. And one of the things we love to do here is feature talented people. And I can think of no better example than my dear friend Daniel, who was part of a group called Well Strung. When I first met you, you were, and I know all of you, there was 4 in that group, and you all have individual careers. But when you come together, you do magic when you're on your own. I know Edmund came to P-Town this year. He was doing a show, and I know you're planning on doing your show soon. I can't wait to hear that. When did you start the cello?
I started the cello when I was 10 years old.
10. Okay.
I don't remember what year that was.
4th grade, or what is that?
That's like fourth grade, I think, for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of, here it is.
And that would have been gigantic for a 4th grade.
It was, although they make smaller ones for you when you're smaller, and then you eventually get the full size.
Right, like we all do. We all do become full size at some point. So this now this song that you're going to share with us today, by the way, thank you so much. We're going to send you a little cash to say thank you and to hopefully just be a little bump to help you, all of us struggling to get along here in the arts. But we wanted to also give you a chance. Is this a special song? Is this something that you just really love?
Yeah, so actually I thought, since it's back to school theme, I mean, as you can imagine, I studied music in school, and I thought that it would be cute if I just did a little snippet of the first song I ever played at a recital.
Yay! Okay, and, so with no further ado, it's Daniel Shevlin. Wow.
If there was a
That
piano,
was
that
so
would
pretty. Oh
Thank
my
you.
word. What's that called?
That's
What is
called
that?
that's The Swan by Camille Saint-Saëns. And actually, I feel like that would be a great song for you to learn on the saw.
That would be a great song because my saw has to be a more slow, beautiful, melodic sound, much like that, which is so pretty. And a lot of you might not realize Daniel also sings as well and is coming up with a solo show, which I'm so excited about. Where did you go to school? Speaking of back to school.
Actually, I went to school for musical theater. I went to a school here in New York City we call it AMDA for short, but it's the American Musical and Dramatic Academy. And I went there a few years ago.
Right. I kind of know that feeling a few years ago. Like,
goes by so
I felt like 1999 was a few years ago. And actually it's 21 years ago, but who's counting? So that is beautiful. And to make a career, how proud you must be, to be able to play your instrument like that, make a career out of this. It's a wonderful thing, but it's also challenging, especially now. So we want to encourage you. We want to encourage everybody that's watching too. If you're watching us and you play an instrument or you sing, hang in there. And like Daniel and I, we made a go of it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Our careers, and I just hope that you continue to be encouraged, Daniel, and don't be discouraged by our crazy virus that's going around. But hang in there and let us know when you're going to be doing that solo concert, that show. Are you going to sing in the show, hopefully?
I will be, yeah. I didn't sing tonight, but there'll be plenty of singing.
Exactly. We can get a singer anywhere. We want to play that giant guitar. That's what we wanted you to do. So thank you so much. We'll come back to you before we leave for the night, but thank you again. A big hand for our friend Daniel. And then Daniel, I know that there's a place to find out more, and we'll get that up on the screen before we leave tonight. But Daniel, I'm sure, has a place where we can find out where he's performing and so forth. We'll get that in a few minutes. But I want to, first of all, go back to Chris very quickly and find out. Chris, I know we've got just one more quick round. It doesn't take long for these rounds because you only have 60 minutes, right?
60 seconds. Yes, not 60 minutes. If only. I might be able to get one right if I had 60 minutes. So that's the correct answer.
I was good. Minutes, hours, whatever, seconds.
We can never have enough time together.
Exactly. I mean, is it any wonder I can never do this in an hour? I'm a little confused. But I want to say thank you. And I want to say that our next round is what? It's pop culture. Am I right on that?
I think you're right.
Are you ready to? Oh, well, the clock has started. I hope that you're ready because I'm ready. And we're going to find out about the leaderboard after this round. But get busy. Get on that pop culture bandwagon for back to school. Find out what questions, but you have to answer them quick. And I need to go just quickly back to Jennifer, if I could. Jennifer, darling, I have to ask, of course, you have a partner or a husband or someone special in your life. You keep saying we. Who do you have in your life that's special?
I have my husband who's wandering around right now, but he just ran in the laundry room. And then we have 2 adult kids who live with us too. I adopted them when they were 11 and 13. They're my husband's kids. So I became a first-time mom to tweens.
Tweens. And that's a lot of work. And how old are they now?
21 and 23. It's been 10 years.
And they're still living in your house with all your animals.
Yes, they are.
And did you always have a lot of animals even when the kids were little?
that was one of the reasons that he and I actually met, is because we met on a forum for people with pet rats. That's how we met, was because we have pet rats. Yeah.
How many rats do you have?
We have 2 right now. So
Ridiculous.
you want to come say hi to America, hun? He
Yeah,
waves. He's like,
say hello. Wait. Typical man, a little too late.
Well,
I know. The men sometimes are not quite. And what do you do for work, again, Jennifer? I think you told us. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. I'm actually in education too. I do corporate education, instructional design, and I just launched a podcast of my very first podcast, so that's fun.
What podcast? What do you do? Because we can do that before we do this first question. What podcast?
It's called Vocation Creation, and what I do is spotlight people who, like yourself, I would love to talk to, who have made a living doing unique, really highly specialized, fantastic artistic things. So
that's totally me.
Yeah,
that's totally me. I know. Isn't that weird? It's just how you just described me. Isn't that strange? And there's the podcast right there. You can see
it's brand new.
Our guy that you never see. And he's like busy, like he's amazing. He's doing all the switching, does all the artwork. But you can see right there, it's Vocation Creation, Jennifer's podcast on the screen. And they can download that on the Apple or something, or
all the podcast, everywhere you can get a podcast.
How often do you do one?
Well, actually, I'm just about to drop my very first series, or my season 1 is just about to drop within a week. So I'm going to have about 15 episodes out. Right now, it's just a trailer, but they'll all be out within a week.
How long is each episode?
Oh, like 35 minutes-ish, 35, 40.
Wow, which is a great amount of time, contrary to this, which is taking us over an hour. I'm so busy with my interesting guests. I mean, we have such great guests. I mean, how can I just chat with people for 2 minutes and ask a question? I can't do that. I have to we have to get to know these people. And I'm so happy for you, and I can't wait till I'm going to log on. So about a week, you said, or when?
Yeah, about a week. There'll be 15 episodes to listen to with some amazing artistic creators and people who help other people create their artistic dreams as well.
And we were just talking about that with Daniel. How weird is that? This is perfect. Here's your question then. See how you can do with this. Which of these is an Ivy League school? Which of these is an Ivy League school? DeVry, Duke, Degrassi, or Dartmouth? Which of these is an Ivy League school?
Sure. Ask the woman who didn't get her bachelor's till she was 38 years old.
And you're living in St. Cloud. Maybe one of these is in St. Cloud. I'm not sure. Which one do you think is an Ivy League school?
I'm assuming it's Dartmouth.
Do you think Dartmouth?
I think D. Okay.
That is correct. Dartmouth. Have you ever been to Dartmouth? You probably haven't been there. I had a friend whose sister went there. We went for graduation. What a beautiful place. Real fancy. Real fancy.
It doesn't beat St. Cloud State University. Come on.
I know, go Bemidji Beavers. I know. So there are 8 Ivy League. Again, I didn't know all this. Do you know any of the other Ivy League schools?
Yale, Harvard, Princeton?
Yes.
I'm done.
And you're done. But you know what? That's 3. A little school called Brown, you might have heard of, Cornell, Columbia, and, are you ready for this? The University of Pennsylvania.
No.
I mean, really. But the Wharton Business School is part of the University of Pennsylvania. And our current president did transfer to the Wharton School of Business under questionable circumstances, but he did attend. Anyway, I have been, of course, went to the Richfield School of Beauty and the Lakeland Dental Academy for a week and a half. I went to the Lakeland Dental Academy because when I won my title, Miss Richfield 1981, it wasn't just the crown and the sash, because there was a power lawnmower. I won a power lawnmower because it was a beauty contest, but also it was a scholarship contest, and I got a scholarship to the Lakeland Dental Academy. But first week there, I accidentally grabbed the epoxy instead of the fluoride, cemented a woman's mouth shut, which cut my dental career short. But I do still get flowers and a card from her husband every year on that day. So, it's because people in Richfield care. All right, so don't go far, okay? I got to talk to, let me talk to Joe and Anthony. Why don't we bring Joe and Anthony up? Because I feel like you're going to be able to answer this question, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready for this? Because
We're so ready.
to do with jewelry. And I'm looking at you two, Mose, and I'm thinking to myself, you probably know jewelry. So which company is a leading producer of class rings? Is it Johnston's, Hasbro, JCPenney, or Honeywell?
It's Justin's.
It's Johnston's.
Indeed, it is a Johnston's has been making class rings and yearbooks since 1897. I know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know people had fingers. I didn't know people in 1897 could afford jewelry. Did you ever get a class ring?
Yeah,
Yes,
several.
I have a class ring, but then my cousin stole it and sold it for drugs.
You are kidding. Well, you do live in New Jersey. So
We are from
it's a
Portville.
primary supplier of Super Bowl rings, and it's headquartered where? Where is it headquartered? You better get this right.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Minneapolis. Minneapolis.
Of course.
I don't care about New Jersey. So just another reason that I love Minnie. By the way, it takes 6 to 10 weeks to produce a class ring. Did you know that? And anyway, so I personally, I just went to the gumball machine out in front of, Walgreens and got my class ring. Now I couldn't wait 6 to 10 weeks. Are you kidding me? That's not worth it. But anyway, but I'm so glad you knew that. Congratulations. Now don't go far because I want to go to Peter in Philly because Peter, I have a feeling you might know this answer because you're a teacher and this is about a teacher. Okay. Oh, and they're both there. Oh my gosh. Oh dear God. Okay. Well, now I really feel confident that I'm in the right department because here's the question. Okay. Which teacher raped her 6th grade student? Was it Margaret Mitchell? Was it Mary Kay Letourneau? Was it Maria Von Trapp or Miss Richfield 1981?
Well, I know Miss Richfield would never do that. It was Mary
No,
Kay.
of course not.
It was Mary Kay Letourneau. Rest in peace.
Correct. That is correct. Mary Kay Letourneau was an American school teacher who pled guilty. And do you remember what year it was? How long ago it was?
Was the 90s, wasn't it?
1997. It's a 2nd-degree rape of a child. It resulted in her pregnancy, so I don't know how 2nd-degree rape works on that. But Valee Follow, I think is how you say the name of the 12 or 13-year-old. They didn't know how old the kid was at the time. But while awaiting sentencing, she gave birth to Follow's child. And she was in prison for how many years for doing something like that?
Was it?
Not long.
Less than 10.
2004. Jeez. I mean, had I known that, I mean, I was in love with Mr. Goldman, I would have. But anyway, he was so handsome. He was just out of school. He was so handsome. 6th grade. Oh, geez. And anyway, she got out and she married Mr. Follow. And the marriage lasted 14 years. And I did not realize this, but Mary Lou just died 2 months ago. Or Mary Kay. She died 2 months ago. Did you know that?
Yes, and he was with her at the end.
Yeah. And what do you think the likelihood of that is?
They said he was there nursing her at the end.
Oh, dear. It just, isn't it? I mean, that's crazy, right? Have you ever fallen in love with a student? Really? Yes, you have. Okay.
No.
Well, I don't mean you did anything. I don't mean you did anything with the person, but you have to anyway. So you're in college, for crying out loud. I mean, it's okay for you, but anyway. And then that opera singer, they're not going to know what you're saying. Just talk about the opera languages. Tell them you love them. Who's going to know? So don't go anywhere because I got to talk to Chris for just a second. And Chris, we have to find out now. First of all, I don't know if we had any fabulous other pictures that we want to show before we do the leaderboard. Is there any other fabulous pictures that we should look at before we leave? Because
so we can let's take a quick look at the pictures and see who rounded out our favorite pictures for the day.
Because I'm telling you, I could look at these pictures one more time. Seriously, look how gorgeous all our viewers are. I mean, they're just
Cody and Lee and Brandon. We love it all, and I love all the pictures. They're so much fun. thank you all for sharing these pictures.
And look at the ones in the middle there. It's two guys
Damn,
sort of like
they're having the time of their life.
and maybe they're lying down playing trivia. They're playing trivia while they're in bed or something. I don't know. It looks like that looks fun to me.
Yes. Surprisingly, Gary the Lab did not make it onto the leaderboard. I think he didn't understand English, was looking for barks, but he looks adorable in his picture. So
he's so adorable. He's so adorable, but he doesn't like any, I had a cat like that too. It's hard to take a picture of him because it was sort of a black
Isn't that Lewis? Lewis also is only picture friendly when, Lewis.
When there's a wiener involved.
I know.
Which the wiener sits here and no Lewis. I don't know where Lewis is. But anyway, so just enjoying a little me time for the moment, I guess. So now, Chris, who is our leaderboard?
So we've got our final leaderboard here. We've got Mark from Minnetonka. Way to go, Mark. We have Wendy from Folsom, who held her lead tight, and Barbara. I'm so happy that Barbara, representing Oakland Park, made it to the top 3. Congratulations. They're all going to win a prize. A mask.
All 3 of them will?
Yeah. I wish I'm going to find Barbara because I'm going to maybe get into her mailbox and get that prize somehow. I'm negotiating with Barbara now.
Because you want to get one of those masks.
I do so hard. I don't know. I can't just, I want one, but they're in such hot demand.
They really are. And you can only get those masks when you win either here or you win Bingo Bonanza. And of course, we're playing Bingo Bonanza
on Monday.
Yeah. So, and it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah. Bingo Bonanza.
That's right.
So that's this Monday. Don't forget, you guys, it's 8:00. It's so much fun. We play 3 different games of bingo and we just have a gas. It's super fun. Lewis always shows up. He's usually laying on the used ball board, which means we always end up with about 5 less balls than we start out with in the evening, which I have to, crawl around on the floor after it's all over and try to find the extra balls. But anyway, it's super fun. I hope you'll come and join us. It's such a good time. And, this is a great time, too. And Chris and all my friends, Eli, thank you so much, Eli. We don't see Eli either. Occasionally, when Chris has to be gone, our friend Eli is so wonderful, and thank you in Philly, along with Peter and that other opera fan. And then Joe, thank you so much. And my manager, Matt, who came up with all our questions and all our interesting little factoids of the evening. I think it's so much fun to learn something as well as having a good time.
That's right. And if you're like me and you can't learn something, you can still be part of the Golden Tiara Club by supporting us and sending a little tip, which we appreciate so much.
That's right. There's still a little bit of time to do that. And may I just say how much I appreciate this and how much I look forward to this. I know that some of you have said, oh, I appreciate you so much, but I appreciate you. You're helping me stay sane and have fun. And I appreciate all of you so much, all that you watch. I want to also thank all my live studio audience. I want to thank Daniel for performing. You were beautiful tonight, Daniel. Conrad and Kate, thank you so much. Peter, I appreciate that. And Jennifer and Joe and Anthony. And I want to say, please come back and join us again. And remember, always to give a positive attitude, right? You can do it. We don't have to get down about this. We're going to be out and about soon. You're going to be going to shows, and you're going to see Daniel. But let's spell it one more time, okay? Love. I want to see everybody. Are you ready? Here we go. L is for the way you look at me. What's next? O is for the only one. Do this with your legs. Even more than anyone that you adore. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Good night, everybody.
It's this Richfield Trivia Shack where you can find out every answer. We'll ask about our history, TV, passion, sports, or cancer. It's Richfield Trivia Shack, I hope you'll come and play along. Cause here everybody's welcome, wish it lasted all night long. It's Richfield Trivia Shack, I wish it lasted.